Hi guys. All right, so Libras, this is a little bonus for you guys today, as I'm doing other zodiacs as well today, but you guys get an extra bonus this week. So we just did another constellation shuffle just because I'm so enjoying this deck, and you guys ended up with the constellation of Lepus. And so Lepus is the hare, so it's the bunny in the sky. In a Germanic mythology telling, they believed that the hare once upon a time was a bird, but was transformed by the goddess of spring. Ostera is her name, I think, and she allowed the now this hare to still retain some of its avian speed and flight, and lay eggs once a year, and that is possibly where we got the myth of the Easter bunny that lays eggs. It maybe comes from that Germanic mythology, kind of getting mushed together like that. But one thing that I think is really interesting about this is there is a particular star, I think it was in 1845. So that number 1845 could be important. Maybe that's a time, maybe that's an angel number, whatever. But in 1845, his name was, he was a British astronomer, John Russell Hind. He noticed that there was a particular star that he named, what do they call it? Hind's Crimson Star. And he described it as an intensely crimson star resembling a drop of blood on the background of the sky. And so it's just that this is a very giant star, and because of its temperature and a dust cloud around it, it really makes it look like a big red star. So that's just kind of a side note, but I wanted to add in those other little comments about this, simply because we've got mythology, we've got and by the way, I should mention that Lepus sits in the night sky at the feet of Orion the hunter, and kind of like right in front of his dog's nose. So just as a little side note there, I think that's kind of an interesting thing, but it's the concept of the transformation in that mythology that kind of captured me, and then that other idea about that red star and just those other tidbits. I don't know if those, his name or pieces of his name are going to be important in this, or the date, whether those numbers represent a time or something else, I don't know. But let's go ahead and take a look at that. It's really, I think that combination of, the used to be a bird and was transformed into a hare in the mythology, it's the transformation of one thing to another. It's like going from a sky creature to an earth creature. That could be an important thing. This could represent a character's life that is transforming for a positive reason, right? We have a Knight of Discs. This is slow moving energy. Now, last year was the year of the tiger. There is a tiger here that this boy is riding on instead of a pony, instead of him being a knight on a horse. So that could be a side note to this as well. This is slow moving energy. This could have begun somewhere last year. We've got a King of Cups sideways, and this is not just a king. Actually, you notice he has his trident. This is Poseidon, but instead of Poseidon being god of the sea, being out in the ocean, you notice he's kind of like in a pond with all these lily pads. Like he's chilling. He's not ruling the sea right now. He's just relaxing. I'm wondering if this is a character who had a ton of like really high intensity kind of responsibility that is actually chilling a little bit, but they haven't yet stepped into that full role of like their emotions are softer right now. Okay, that's always how I look at the King of Cups. They're emotionally adept, but right now this is someone who does not want to experience huge tidal waves of emotion and have to deal with those. Instead, they want to be cooler and chiller and softer, and only maybe allow in certain amounts of like really calm energy. So this could be somebody who, as of last year, they started to really focus on balancing their energy. Now they could be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancerian. Does not have to be. We've got a Six of Wands. This person's feeling like they're mastering their emotions. This is somebody who's like getting zen. They're feeling pretty good about it too. They're feeling like this has been, even though the Six of Wands is, like I'm heroic, I've done it. We've got like this very vicious looking little serpent wrapped around them here. You see all the little teeth and stuff. This is not a particularly joyful card, but this person does seem to be awakened. They've got kind of like almost like a sigil over their third eye. This is somebody who feels like they have embraced a transformation. So maybe that's just it. Maybe somebody changed starting last year. They decided to even change a career path so that they could quit being super stressed out, and they could start being more calm. They did something where they've shifted their energy and they're feeling a lot better about that shift. Yeah, 10 of Swords, and they're never going back. Whatever they changed, they ended something permanently. Wow. But now we got a Knight of Swords. They're revving up for this new, and Strength card. They're revving up for something very important. It's going to happen fast. Everything has been, it's like somebody took a whole year to work on themselves, calm their energy, and possibly change aspects of their entire life, their responses, their reactions, and now they're revved up, and it's perfect timing because they're about to get busy. Like life is about to get busy for this character. They're about to really take off like a little rocket, and they're ready for it though. They're strong enough to do this. They're not scared of anything. They're so ready for this, or they will be very soon. 8 of Pentacles, again with the lions, and we see 2 lions almost like clashing, but instead of clashing, they're both protecting the lamb. Neither one is like, there's something gentle and sacred that they both actually want to protect, so they're not fighting over it. This is cooperative energy. We've got a 10 of Cups and we got a 9 of Swords. All I can say right now is we've got a person who, I'm going to wager that they pulled back their energy because they were chaotic at one point, and they knew that to be able to have any kind of success, possibly in a relationship or in any area of life, they were going to need to master their emotions. Then they were going to need to come in and not be scared. They know that they're dealing with another alpha. By the way, we could have some strong Leo energy in here just with all the lions. And of course, the Strength card is Leo. But they had to master their emotions so they could face off maybe with their Libra even. And then instead of feeling like, wow, Libra's just my adversary, maybe they used to not have very good grip on facing someone who's equally as strong as they are, and they had to go and work on that aspect of themselves. Maybe this person didn't, they get so rattled and they just couldn't handle the influx of energy when they dealt with somebody like Libra. Maybe Libra like really they could almost overload this person's circuits, and they had to start to recognize, wait a second, Libra's not trying to overload my circuits. It's that I needed to have the strength to face, look, life is going to be full of ups and downs. I don't think this person had the capacity to deal with things in just a flowing manner. Again, maybe they were already in like a heightened state, like all the time. Maybe they had a lot of responsibilities. Maybe they had too much that they had to deal with already. And then the act of like working out the ups and downs, navigating the difficulties in a relationship would just like totally send them over the edge, and it was just too much to handle. So they pulled back energy. They worked on their reactions, their responses. They settled their energy, and now they're feeling like totally competent to come in and have like adult dialogue and conversation about, hey, let's have a 10 of Cups. Let's go ahead and put energy into building this relationship. Let's work on stuff even when things get hard. Let's not like freak out and get like have our motherboard get, totally over circuit loaded anytime that we have just one little snag in our relationship. I think this person had low capacity to deal with emotional upset in the past, and that's what they worked on. And at this point, they are nervous. Maybe they'll always be nervous about, but when I want something this bad, there's always a chance that it might not work out, and the failure is terrifying. Maybe that's why they were always this close to being overloaded as well, because they have a lot of emotion for this. They want this really, really bad. The Tower. They're ready for a major change. What is this? I love the Tower. The Tower to me is always the thing that frees us. It's always the thing that was confining. Oh, we got a Wheel of Fortune that is in the reverse. I think that they're ready. Sorry, I have to give her a little top because she not got any clothes on the top half. They've been really scared. thinking, am I ready for this? And they might have even been dragging their heels, still worried. And that's what they're breaking away from. I do think that they had a lot of fears about facing this, but they're strong enough to do it now. 3 of discs. It's because this is going to be the relationship that goes the distance. This is the one where it's like, maybe they were terrified of having a child. Maybe they were terrified of being a mother or a father to a particular baby. And they thought, if I get with this particular Libra, I see forever with them, but oh my God, how are we going to do this? Am I ready? I'm thinking of a scene in Popeye. The Robin Williams played Popeye in this awesome version of Popeye. And strange side note, I've actually been to Malta and been to that movie set, and it was amazing. But in that film, he says, about Sweet Pea, the little baby, he says, I'm not man enough to be a mother. And that's in my head right now. I almost wonder if somebody was like, oh my God, I'm gonna, like, if I get with this Libra, or maybe this is all the reverse. Maybe this is a Libra thinking, if I get with this person, we're gonna live this huge life together. We're gonna build something. Am I man enough or woman enough to be able to be that partner to produce this thing that we're going to grow together? Now, it doesn't have to be a human baby. It could be, but it could just be the life that we're going to live together. Do I have the strength that it takes to build this new life? Because it's going to change their life too. And now I'm looking at that concept of the transformation, the sky creature to an earth creature that we had in that mythology telling with Lepus in the beginning. I'm wondering if this is more like someone who had been single to being in a long-term committed relationship, and do they have the power to do that? That was their big fear, is like, can I be successful in a long-term relationship? Maybe I've been alone most of my life. Maybe I've not really connected to somebody that well. Maybe I haven't had success in relationships, but I really, really want this one to work. And so that's why it's been so scary to be able to navigate. And especially if their Libra is like a fellow alpha, someone who's just as strong as they are, it's almost like this person was saying, oh my God, I've met my match. I've met my equal. And I've met the person that I want this to work out with. And I am freaking petrified of all of it. They had to be able to change some things, though, to be with Libra. Let me ask about that. Page of Wands, Ace of Wands. Something about... There's an element in this storytelling that's still, this person is a mystery to me. You notice how their face is scratched out? I wonder if this person has only ever used passion before to connect, and this time around they're going to have to let somebody know them as more than just a passionate romantic partner. There's something here about is that it? Have they never really let somebody in before? Like, really, anybody can have a romantic partner as far as like intimacy goes, right? Anybody can have a lover. That's not the same as actually like opening up to someone and letting them really get to know your soul and really connecting at this deep level and being a part of one another's life to the point where it's like, they really know this person's fears and strengths and doubts and all those things that, we kind of like, we know where our secret fears are. But I feel like if Libra is someone who they feel like can literally look right into them, who can see right into them, that could be really scary for this person. And they had to get to the point where they were going to be okay. They're going to be open to that, because I think they used passion to hide who they were for a really long time. And I think that didn't work at all for this Libra. I think the Libra was like, look, I'm sorry, but I still don't even know you. You're passionate toward me. I know you want me. I know there's a physical chemistry, but where are you? Why is your face scratched out all the time? What is it that you can't really connect? Because a physical connection is not enough. You have to be present in my life. You have to be present in like your energy. We have to be present together. It's not just going to be passion if you're with someone like me. I feel like that's kind of what this boiled down to. And I think that was something this person really had to prepare themselves for. That was their transformation. The moon. Oh my God, they're going to have to reveal all their secrets which means they themselves have to take a look in the mirror. Everything that's deeper inside of them, maybe their fears, where they've come from, any old wounds, any things that they've hidden. Maybe this person has a past of some things that are like maybe they're traumatizing, or things that they didn't want to open up and tell another living soul about. And now this Libra is going to be that person who is, if you're letting this, they know if they let this particular romantic partner into their life, it's like there's not going to be any part of me that is going to be walled off and have my little secret caverns, because this Libra can like literally just like melt into me. I think that's why they were not ready. They weren't ready to face somebody who can look into them, and they weren't ready to face how scary it would be that if they let somebody in that deep, and then what if they don't have the capacity to make things work with this Libra and it falls apart? Like that's a lot of fears, because they feel like I'm going to let somebody like literally into every part of my thought process and my mind and my heart. Knight of Wands in the reverse, Fool in the reverse. As much as they did not want this to just be some, hit and run lover, some one hit wonder, they didn't want it to just be, one flash in the pan. They also were not ready to take this leap of faith and just be in a serious commitment where they could allow somebody in. And that was the real deep thing. They're like, this is not somebody that I can treat like, oh, we'll just have some passion and we can keep it superficial. If I connect with this person, they are going to know everything about me. And that is freaking me the heck out. They had to ease into that concept of, I'm not actually going to be alone. I feel like this person used to have relationships, but they were alone even in those relationships. Like people didn't really know them at a really profound level. That is not the way it's going to be with this Libra, and they already know it. So that's been scary, but they also wanted it. Four of Swords in the reverse, Page of Cups sideways. They had to go off and they had to heal some fears, heal some things before they were going to be ready. This is new for them. This is embarking on a whole new territory. This is a deeply emotional person that maybe blocked things for a long time. And they can't block stuff if they're going to be with this Libra, and they knew it. So they had to do the work. They had to go heal some stuff, and they had to be ready to say, okay, I'm ready for this relationship. I'm ready for this. Wow, that's different. We got a Knight of Cups. Came out kind of wonky. It's not a confident upright. We've got this it's kind of a macabre little thing because it looks like a little fountain, but then it's like a red fountain. It's like, I feel like this person is coming into, when they come in to offer their heart, there's this element of like, this is really, really big for them. This is really scary for them. This is a huge offer for them. This is not something that they've ever done. Nine of Wands is in the reverse. Four of Cups is upright. I feel like they're coming in not loud. They're coming in to say, like, I have a bunch of regrets that my emotions have been like stormy seas for a really long time. I didn't come in and fight for this because maybe I didn't have any energy to fight for anything for a while because I was just too... This was too much for me to deal with. Like they're coming in to kind of like, I don't want to say tell a sob story, but they're trying to express where their situation has taken them, where life has taken them. Wow, this is our final card on this one because I see no reason to go any further. We end with the Judgment card, but it's a phoenix rising from the ashes. The person is coming in to say, I'm finally ready. I finally transformed. I'm finally not scared of a connection. I'm not petrified to let you in anymore, and petrified that I won't have what it takes to be in a connection, and petrified to let somebody in and risk what if it didn't work after I let you in. I think this person thinks if I let somebody get that close to me, get to know all my secrets, all my fears, all of those things, I feel like this person played it aloof when they're actually a very passionate, very loving, very deep individual. And so the stakes are high for them. If they let somebody in and it doesn't work, they worry they'll be so crushed. But they're ready for this now. They want this new beginning. Boy, this is one where it's like handled with care because this is super meaningful. This could be the greatest love of a lifetime. This is the deepest, most profound relationship. This is somebody who, their whole reason for being so scared of it is because they don't love lightly. Although what's ironic is what we'd seen is somebody who kept saying, I can't move forward with this. This is too scary. I don't love light enough for me to to be able to just casually say, oh yeah, I'm going to give it my all. I'm petrified because when I give my all, whew, do I have what it takes to be balanced? Like they really had a lot going on in them emotionally, it looks like, but they are a phoenix rising from the ashes and they want this. Good for them. Good for them. I wish these characters all the best. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for enjoying the channel. If you do anyway, thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye.